Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar. This is a webinar series, and the topic of today is enhance the international impact of your research. I'm the speaker of today, Kang. I'm also Services and Asia Training Executive from Cambridge University Press. So this is planned for our webinar series, and this is the fifth webinar. We've go through the introduction about open access, how to select an appropriate journal and assess impact. And then we also talked about peer review and ethics. For the last session, we talked about essential skills for academic communication. And today we're going to go through how to promote your article. For many of you who've been attended to the series, to the previous webinars, may already know me. I'm working to improve the author experience in multiple ways and help authors to achieve their professional goals. I have 5 years of experience in training and consulting in area of OA journal marketing and OA journal management. My efforts are currently focused on supporting authors to improve their chances at publishing in top-tier journals, focusing presently on Asia. And my email address is listed here. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. So we're going to talk about two main topics today. First, I'm going to provide some tips for increasing article acceptance chances. And then we're going to talk about how to promote your article. So how to improve article acceptance chances? I've listed some tips. So first part is for writing. We are writing. Be explicit about something new that your article is adding to the literature. Make sure that you cite correctly, referenced correctly, and write in clear English. We've talked about the ABC effective writing rule, the accuracy, brevity, and clarity. So write in clear English. When you're writing, go to the point directly. You should be able to express your argument in a single sentence. In the leading international journals, expression tends to be direct, with the writer stating the main point and then provide details. For example, in a paragraph, we talk about that. A sentence at the beginning will state the main point, and other sentences in the paragraph will support that point or add additional related information. And remember, write simply. Don't try to impress readers with long, complex sentences and complex vocabulary. Writing should be uniform, concise, and readily understandable. And it's also very important to spend some time focusing on the correct use of grammar and spelling. If you're not a native speaker, you should consider using a professional editor or translator or asking an articulate peer to proofread your article before submission. And Cambridge is launching our new services. I'm going to introduce that at the end of the presentation. And the third part, pay attention to the title and the abstract. So for paper titles, make sure that's short. The title is short, accurate, and informative. And make sure that your title can be standing out. Your title is able to capture the attention of editors and peer reviewers. And also make sure that your title is discoverable easily. If you want, we recommend you to include 1 or 2 keywords in your title. And about the abstract should be clear and concise, should be a succinct summary. And make sure you check the length of your of the requirements in the journal you want to submit to. And also provide keywords, check requirements of keywords in that journal, and keywords used to search for your paper. So make sure that's easily that could be easily discovered. And the next one is make sure that your argument flows logically, using clear headings to break up the text. That's very important. And the citation and the reference, take time to check your citation and ensure they are complete. Ensure you reference related literature accurately and completely. Do not change its meaning to support your argument. That's also part of ethical issue. If you change the original meaning of the sentence, and ensure that your article is complete. Your paper will need to be well organized and clear to allow editors and peer reviewers to understand the paper, to evaluate the research. It's also important that you have a clear message to show that your paper is to show your paper is important to some target audience. And when you're structuring your manuscript, make sure you structure that correctly. Make sure that's complete. So normally in science writing, we use the structure called IMRND, introduction, methodology, applied research methodology, like obtain results, discussion, and conclusion. Follow that structure, make sure you got everything, make sure your article is complete. Don't expect to finish your text or add additional materials at the last stage. And some tips for publishing. First, audience and peer reviewers. So think about what the peer reviewers will be looking for. They want to be excited. Be careful to make sure your article would be of interest to a global or local audience. Depends on what kind of journal you are submitting to. If you select an international journal, make sure your article will be of interest to a global audience. And journal requirements. If a journal requires work to be anonymized, please eliminate any author details and anonymize any citation that refer to your own work. So check journal requirements carefully. And author guidelines. So check what kind of format the paper should be submitted in. Is there a cover letter or impact statements, how to prepare figures, illustrations, video, and audio files? And we also talk about required inclusions such as cover letters, funding statements, author contribution statements. Check all these detailed requirements and closely follow the submission instruction. For example, an electronic submission system like Scholar One may be required. So for most journal in Cambridge, I think 70% we use Scholar One as a system. So check the guideline and make sure you have an account. And once you have chosen a journal to submit it to, use that journal's instruction for authors or style guide to ensure the article is put into journal style. And ensure you have any word limit for your selected journal. Being over or under word count is likely to result in immediately rejection. So make sure you check those requirements about author guidelines. And ethics. We also talked about ethics before. So confirm work in the submitted manuscript has now been submitted elsewhere. So you cannot submit same manuscript to 2 different or even more than 2 different publishers or journals at the same time, you can only submit one paper to one journal, and then you wait for the result. You can not submit one paper to more than one journal at the same time. And ensure that all work and the submitted manuscript is original, and that your acknowledged content reproduced from other resource. And declare any potential conflicts of interest. Maybe that's not a big thing. Maybe you think that's like a really small thing, but you'd better to declare any potential conflicts of interest to the publisher, to the journal. And the studies involving human or animal subjects should conform to national, local, and institutional laws and requirements. So that's for those studies. And these are the tips. And we are going to talk about how to promote your article. First, you may ask, why do I promote? We know that academics and researchers are working in an increasingly competitive market, and that our authors are frequently asked to demonstrate the impact your research has had on the wider community. Using social media effectively can help you to engage with your peers and the academic community. In turn, this will help to enhance both usage and the citation of your work. So the more audience, the more readers you got, the more citation you might receive. And we talked about the Altmetric in the second session when we were talking about how to assess. So Altmetric is an alternative metric that looks at the attention to a specific journal article on social media, blogs, and mainstream news sites, and assigns resultant score. So I'm going to show you an example on the next slide. That score is based on the number of mentions the paper receives, the quality of the source of mentions, and who is mentioning the paper. This means that the news article generally receive a higher score than Twitter, and mentions from a journal publisher score lower than mentions from an independent academic in the field. And Altmetric is an article level metric, so the score represents only an individual article and does not reflect the other content in the journal. So just one paper and your paper's score. So that's based on the like what I said, volume, source, and authors. So it looks like this. So this is a paper why we need to focus on developing ethical, responsible. That's the title of the paper, and some details here, the OI, authors, and this is a score. It's 254. That's a very high score. If you look at this is the final score, and if you look at the details here, like mentioned by 71 news outlets, 2 blogs, 19 tweets. So if you click more, I think there will be more thing here, but if you look at this rank, so the red one for news outlets, the yellow part is for blogs, and the blue part is for tweeters. So Twitter doesn't count too many score, but news really count scores. So the paper has a really high score here. That can some kind of to show how your paper works and how important your paper is. And because so many people mention that, so many people know your paper, then you might receive more citation, not only in your discipline, but in many other disciplines. And that's why we want to promote our published article. That's why we how to check those Altmetric score. And how many ways do we have to promote our published article? First is blog. We talk about why should we blog, increase SEO ranking, drive usage, and what can I blog about? You get insight into your research and explore a theme from your work. And then you pick up some opinion pieces relating your work to current news topic, and put the blog there, and maybe use your social media to promote to more users. And where should I blog? Publishers usually have their own blog platform, like Cambridge. We have Cambridge Core blog, and you may have your own blog. You can also put that to your own blog and guest on an external blog, like the conversation. So that's all your or could be your choices. And social media. So Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. You could find and follow researchers in your field, and search for related keywords and hashtags that related to existing, and use related to that already exist, and use them to tweet about your research. So that's what you can do on Twitter. And you can share insights and communicate directly with your network and Facebook. And you can share your research with your network, link to your publications on your profile page, and join relevant communicates and share your research on LinkedIn. So this all things that we could do to promote our articles. We are promoting, you could use video. You could share the video on YouTube or Vimeo, and you could also share those video on social media platform, and let people to click those video to check what your article is talking about. So the video could be your video abstract. We talked about video abstract to use like 2 minutes to introduce your article. And you could also put video and share your video on the conference presentations, let more people in your discipline know about your research. And think about a podcast, drive discussion around your research area or paper topic, and also consider being interviewed on the journal or publish a podcast. So these all could be your choices to do. And we talked about the Cambridge CoShare. So Cambridge CoShare is a tool that enables authors and readers to easily generate a link to an online read-only journal article. So this link can be freely shared on social media site and the scholarly collaboration networks to enhance both the impact and the discoverability of research. You can search Cambridge CoShare. And it's very simple too, you could use that. So the simple URL allows for article to be shared freely on social sharing sites, scholarly collaboration networks, and email, increasing both discoverability and impact of research. So it could be very useful for you. And that's about how to promote the article. So like when we talk about the Cambridge University Press Author Services relaunched. So we talk about language editing. It's part of the author service we offer. So for English language editing, we have 3 main three main choices: standard English, premium, and premium editing plus. So you can choose any of these based on your need to edit the paper language if you're not native speaker. But if you don't need that, you don't need that. And also make a screenshot about the price. So about 4,000 words that was made by I think 3rd of March. So if you need that urgently, that could be more expensive. But if you don't need that like so urgently, it could be cheaper. That's about Chinese yuan. You can use that to check about your local currency. It's now the only currency we're using. And we also offer other services like academic translation. We could translate Chinese or Japanese, Korean or Portuguese or Spanish to English. And we could also do publication support service, including manuscript formatting, artwork preparation, journal selection. And we also could do research communication service like video shows, like what we talked. If we want to share our make video abstract to promote our articles, or like to show our articles when you're submitting, or after the publication to promote. And plain language summary, graphic abstract. Some journals might require us to do the graphic abstract and illustration surveys, like convert your concept into high quality illustrations that enhance the clarity and impact of your research findings. And I also put the link here. This is a website about language editing surveys, publication support service, Cambridge University Press, also services. And another news is the Chinese version also launched yesterday. Yesterday, the day before yesterday, Chinese version also launched. So if you're speaking Chinese, we have simplified Chinese version. You could click this link and go through to check the Chinese version. Okay, that's all about today's presentation. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. And this is a QR code for the feedback. And this is the plan for the final one. We're going to have the final one at the end of this month, 25th. And we will share the PDF and video after the presentation, and my colleagues will send this to you, and I will just leave the page here. Let me have a look at the Q&A part. Even the first one that we joined to, we don't receive any. Does that mean if this is now the first one? This is a 5th one. So we started since last year. This workshop series started since November last year, and we will have this kind of session annually. So you will receive this like kind of session with 6 or 8 different sessions annually. And so one certification for whole session is pretty low. Yeah, I think the certification is, I'm not clear about the certificate part. I'm sorry. I'm just a speaker, so I think you can email to the Asia some account. The account sent this invitation to you. You can ask them. I'm sorry, I'm not responsible for the certificate. And what if we didn't attend previous webinar, was still a certificate? Well, good question. So I need to ask my colleague. So Yunhan, do they need to attend all the webinar to receive a certificate, or do they have like a certificate for each of the session?
Oh, sorry, we have to say, we just provide the certificate for the attendees who enjoy the all webinars of this series. Sorry.
Okay, so they need to join the webinar since last year. So from the first one to
Yeah.
the last one. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, this is, I think, now the first of the webinar series. We've done that before. Joe, my colleague from Singapore, he has done several webinar series earlier. And this is like the new series. Like I'm the speaker of the series. This is like my first webinar series, but now the first one for Cambridge. Is it enough fair to ask who were not able to join our webinar series? Wow, I'm sorry. So that, but you can I think you can follow some the email. I think they will send you the new webinar series. And the plan is October this year we're gonna start a new one. And we might still have 6 and send the certificate to all of you. So please join the future series. Sorry about that. And remember that we should provide certificate for joining at least 3 sessions. I'm sorry not to say that. My colleague said you have to join that from the first one. And can I ask if the seminar having a CPD, what is CPD unit? Sorry, what is CPD? It is the first part of series. No, not first part of series. Sorry, Joe. And it's a question for resource speaker. What are your thoughts on widespread like use of AI in publish? Or many cases where in a paper has. Oh, okay. So Cambridge has that for the AI one. We have a website to talk about that. So we call that, let me show you this. I think the next webinar series will start in October, and the plan is still for 6 different sessions. And this is a website. I think you could put the website to everyone. No, I can't send to you. So give you some time. Okay, so this is this is a link for Cambridge launches AI research ethic policy. So AI must be declared and clearly explained in publications such as research papers, just as scholars do without software. AI does not meet the Cambridge requirements for authorship, so can't be one of the author. So any use of AI must not breach Cambridge plagiarism policy, and also are accountable for accuracy, integrity, and originality of their research paper. So I know many people use AI to do the language editing. I think for most publishers that's allowed, but not for now for writing sentences. I don't know if you know the paper published by Elsevier. There was a sentence clearly show that the introduction could be either revised or language edited or helped by AI. Some paper published by Chinese professors. So in China, many colleagues, many people working in this discipline, and also students and professors are really focusing on that thing, but we haven't received any results or comments from the university or from the publisher. But personally, I think you could use AI to help you to do the language editing, check grammar issues, grammar errors, but you can't let AI to write for you. That's not accurate. And AI is not able to take any responsibility if there is anything wrong in your paper. And you have to take that kind of responsibility. So and that's also the policy, the AI policy for Cambridge. And I sent a link to Yunhan. Hi, Yunhan, could you share the link to everyone? Seems like I can't.
Okay.
I can't.
Okay.
I can send link to everyone. Thank you. Yeah, that's the answer for that's my opinion for the ChatGPT or AI writing. Writing blogs doesn't. And yes, anyone can submit and can access to Cambridge core block. You can submit to that, and they will select, and they will help you to publish. Yeah, you can use, anyone can use the Cambridge core block. Yeah, no, many of you, it's just like the first time to attend, but yeah, I think we will, my colleague will send the invitation if we have a new one. Yeah, I will talk to the our marketing and also my my manager and to say if we are able to consider like people who join the session more than 3 lessons, if they can offer some like maybe different certificate or maybe some proof thing. And where can we request to do a recording? Do they have? And need ask, do they have like the previous Zoom recording link if they haven't been to the previous.
Yes,
Yeah,
we have.
yeah. You put that to the YouTube, right? Yeah, you can. So they will share this video to YouTube, so you can get all the recordings of the previous 4 sessions. Is there any journal finder app available for Cambridge? No, it's still developing. I'm working on that. I hope my colleague could do that, could finish that as soon as possible. So we started that since last year. And I hope that could, yeah, the journal finder, I know many publishers have that and they are doing really good. But you can use the collaborative one. I think WOS, they call it manuscript matcher or manuscript match. Yeah, something. We talk about that. If you put your title and abstract there, you can have like all the journals, but just to included in WOS. So yeah, you could try that. What would happen if 2 journals accept my article at the same time? That won't happen because you are not allowed to you're not allowed to submit your paper to 2 same journals. If that happens, and when they are releasing those papers to the platform gonna know that. And that's really like a serious ethical problem for you and could influence your career, your future. You know, we have lots of publishers, but we are sharing same platform. We all use WOS, Scopus, PubMed. So those platforms are the same. How could a platform to have 2 same papers and they don't know that? So they must know that and will inform the publisher. So, and also if those 2 journals just under the same publisher, the publisher are sharing the same submitting system called Scholar One. How could that publisher don't know that you submitted that same paper to 2 different journals? So don't do that. Can we get source material slide previous session also? I'm not sure if you can get the PDF of previous sessions, but I'm sure that you will get this slide, this PDF slide. Let's go link for the evaluation. It's just like I couldn't scan the QR code. Feedback. Hi, Yunhan, could you send the feedback link to the chat box? I don't have the
Yes,
link.
wait me a moment. Thanks.
And topic related question, what is Cambridge standard as the number of word for research title? In the PH, some university impose 12, somewhat. Okay. So there's no like strict standard. They have standards in different journals. So the recommendation is like normal than just recommendation, not like you have to. The recommendation is no more than 16 words. If you could write your research title within 12 words, that would be great. And you explain everything clearly. Some of 15 words, it's so strict, but that would be good. 15 words is like great. And I know many authors might write like really long titles, but don't do that. It's not strict, but like just like a recommendation, we recommend you to write title no more than 15, no more than 16 words. Not no more than 16 words. Correct. And yeah, strict. And what will be next? So next is next is 25th April 2000 this year. Yeah, the Thursday, the fourth Thursday. This specific session will provide feedback form. Yes, this is a feedback form. Language who you mentioned free access or subscription based. And what are those language writing tools, by the way? Language writing tools. What is language writing tools? Right. Do you mean the language services? This one? For this one, you need to pay for that. Yeah, this is like the page of language editing. And there are more details on the web page. So translation, the services. If you're talking about like AI language editing tools, you could use like Grammarly, ChatGPT. That's all fine. They are helpful, I think. Yeah, I use Grammarly. And how if I was not aware of I'm sorry, because we didn't like make so many send so many emails, I think. We sent our partners. Yeah, I think sent to all the universities we are cooperating with. Yeah. So we know you now, and we will send the invitation email to you in the future. Are there journals that don't require an ethic review for studies? No. Ethic review. I think most journal, if you're doing like a human or animal subject, then you must have those kind of ethical code. Journals don't require any ethics review for studies. I think most of them need that. Almost every paper has some ethical things. But it's also depend on your discipline. Maybe your discipline doesn't need that. When you finish it's your house certification. I think certification will send through the emails, I guess. And after whole series finished. Out of the tool that you have mentioned earlier, is there any free trial resource available? Do you mean the journal finder? All the journal finder tools are free from each publisher, from each yeah, each platform. That's all free. And if you're talking about language editing, Grammarly is free. And ChatGPT 3.5 is free now. Okay. And what are certain consequences for those cases? Will the paper be removed? Will there be fine or fees? Yeah, the paper will be removed, and the authors might be influenced. I think the platform or the publisher, when they receive the same article from the author, they might like double check and check and check. So, for example, I guess for many publishers, if you receive this author's manuscript again, you might wait, you might double check, triple check. So that could influence researchers themselves, might like really slow proceeding things like this. Any fines or fees, I'm not sure about that. Just influence their future career, but I don't think there will be fines or fees unless the institution or the university will have fines or fees. And I know if you're foreigner students and studying in some country, for example, if you're studying in Australia, but you're not Australian, you're foreign international students, you might meet the situation that your visa is expired, and the immigration department might ask you to leave the country. So could be really strict about this part. So we don't know what kind of situation we might meet in the reality world, but that's a bad thing. Don't do that. Don't make yourself and put yourself in a risk area. How many sessions do we have to attend to complete the series 6? We have 6 sessions. So we talked about like open access in this session, and how to select journal, assess impact, talk about peer review ethics, talk about communication, presentation, how to do presentation, and we talk about promote your article, and we're going to talk about research transparency and the transformative agreements. And in this part, I'm going to talk about like author journey, how to from submit to publication to promotion. What is author journey? If you want to submit your paper to Cambridge, you can come here, and if your institution, your university has corporations with us, has transformative agreements with us, you could definitely come, and I'm going to talk about how to select those things. Thanks. I'm sorry, I was not well, like Saturday. Yeah, a little bit had cold last Saturday. Yeah, but getting well every day. Thank you. This question is for the explain the use of AI in paper. Yeah. So if you use AI, I think it's the same problem, same issue. If you didn't use AI correctly, if you use for example, if you do use ChatGPT to help you to write the whole paragraph or a whole section of your manuscript, and you also put ChatGPT as an author, I think the journal editor would just say, "I'm sorry, that's a rejection." I know some publisher published papers with the author of ChatGPT, but now it's not a lot because of the thing at the event. I said the thing happened in China. I checked those policy from elsewhere to Cambridge. No, they're not allow AI to help authors to write anything, but they all allow AI to help author to do language editing. Is this rigid and hard to be published in Cambridge Press? What's the overall turnaround time for one to be accepted or rejected? It's not that difficult. We have about 100. We have 400 journals. About 100 is ICI journals. About 300 are just normal journals. So if you want to publish in Cambridge journals, you're not so confident that you could start from those ones that are not SCI journals yet. And the overall turnaround time from submission to get decision after peer review decision is about 3 months. So I think most STM journals could do that within 3 months, but some journals, like if you're submitting to like Forest or some HSS journals, might need longer time. The link generated under Cambridge Coursera, it should be a permanent link. Yeah, it should be a permanent link if our website is stable. If you accept present conference paper for journal publication, do you accept presenting conference paper for journal publication? Depends on the journal. Some journal doesn't accept, but some journal do. Some of journals they just accept they only accept article and review. But really rare. Most articles is in half. Yeah, you can check the journal guideline instructions for authors. It will tell you. Yeah, we have journals accept conference paper. What is recommended format for referencing? I think different journals different journals are using different referencing style. Yeah. We're not using the same one, I think. So you need to check the journal homepage. This is my first time attending, so I can't receive a certificate. I'm afraid that you cannot if this is the first time, because there's only one left. Are you open for being a resource speaker for webinar in other countries such as Philippines in topics related to this? Yes. We have institutions cooperate with us in Philippines, and we might do that online. I don't know which month, but our salespeople are talking with me. Yeah, we might have that in the future. How you ready journal detect if and also use ChatGPT to improve their quality of paper? That's journal editor's job. I don't know. So this journal editor, they are like professors or lecturers. They are working in the university, so that's their job. But next series, I will invite them to answer those questions. So I'm thinking to do the next series with journal editors. So you may be able to ask more detailed question in the next webinar series in later this year. Sorry, this is not my part. If I was previous recorded lessons, can I receive? No. If you watched the previous recorded lessons, no, you can't receive a certificate. So I think that's only for attendees. I'm sorry. You also working for book publication? Yeah, you can email me. Let me type my email address to you. Okay. So thank you everyone for attending this. For it, can I ask an email? Yeah, this is my email. Okay. Share this to the box. You can ask me any question if that's out of my working responsibility. I will help you to find the right person and will definitely answer your question. So feel free to email me. Yeah, any question, because I'm doing all the services, so any question, like book, like journals, or even how to submit or some other questions you can think about, you can all email to me. And thank you for attending today's webinar. And we'll see you in 23 days. See you soon, and have a nice day. Bye.